February 20th, 1943, north of Kasserine Pass, Tunisia. The battle report would never fully capture what the German tank commanders witnessed that morning. American Sherman tanks executing maneuvers that defied everything Wehrmacht doctrine said was possible without visual signals. Through the dust and smoke of the North African battlefield, 5 Sherman tanks, separated by broken terrain, with no line of sight between them, converged on German positions with timing that seemed supernatural. No flags, no flares, no dispatch riders racing between vehicles, yet they moved as a single organism, each tank covering blind spots the others couldn't see, each crew knowing exactly where their comrades were positioned. In German Panzer IVs, equipped with Fuji 5's radios, tank commanders struggled to hear their own company leaders through static that overwhelmed their amplitude modulation systems. The 10-watt German transmitters, state-of-the-art by the 1930s standards, couldn't penetrate more than a few hundred meters when tanks were on the move. Most German tanks carried only receivers, unable to report what they saw or call for help. What the Germans didn't realize was that the Americans were operating with an entirely different philosophy. Every Sherman rolling out of Detroit carried a frequency modulation FM radio set. Compact, rugged, and tuned by crystal precision, these radios delivered 25 watts of clear, reliable communication. Unlike AM radios, FM rejected static interference, meaning that tank crews could talk as clearly under fire as if they were sitting in a quiet office. Engine roar, gunfire, artillery, even electrical storms, none of it drowned out the American transmissions. For the first time in armored warfare, every tank was not just a fighting vehicle, but a node in a vast, coordinated network. The effect on the battlefield was revolutionary. Instead of relying on hand signals or couriers, American commanders could direct entire armored formations in real time. Platoons could adjust their positions instantly, exploit gaps, and react to ambushes with a fluidity that German troops mistook for uncanny intuition. Sherman crews could warn each other of incoming threats, share target coordinates, and reinforce weak points before the enemy even realized there was a breach. The Wehrmacht had long prided itself on Auftragstaktik, mission-type tactics that empowered lower officers to make decisions independently. But even the most skilled German commanders were hamstrung by their equipment. Orders delayed by static or silence often arrived too late, while units became isolated and vulnerable. By contrast, American crews fought as if tethered by an invisible cord of shared awareness. Historians often measure tanks by armor thickness and gun caliber, but at Kasserine Pass, it became clear that technology unseen to the naked eye was the real force multiplier. The Sherman's 75mm gun was no match on paper for the long-barreled German 50s and 70s. Its armor was hardly invincible, yet the advantage of communication turned those tanks into something more than machines of steel. They became extensions of a collective will capable of fighting in harmony across broken terrain. For German tankers that day, the realization came too late. What looked like chaos in the American advance was in fact orchestration by radio waves the Wehrmacht never imagined possible. The lesson of Kasserine Pass was not about firepower, but about connection. And it was a lesson that would echo across every battlefield where the Sherman rolled forward, carrying with it the unseen power of the world's most advanced radios.